Hello, it's Automation Coach, and in this video, we're looking at how to write the perfect prompt for ChatGPT. In this video, you will learn how to become a prompt engineer. You'll learn a framework called Frame for writing the best prompts, and it will increase the value of ChatGPT responses 3x compared to basic prompting. You'll achieve director level answers, meaning in terms of your company, you'll be getting responses of the equivalent of a director who might be on $60,000 or more salary. That's the level of expertise we're gunning for. And I'm also going to start to introduce you to something called DRY, a principle that means don't repeat yourself. Let's dive in. In ChatGPT, most people would write a prompt such as this: write me an email to my boss explaining that our interactive TV series has done really well. Great job. So let's pretend that you work at Netflix and you're writing an email to your boss. And here you go. It's saying, hi, boss name. I want to share some fantastic news about our interactive TV series. It's been a huge success. And it gives you a template, right, where you're supposed to fill stuff in. And that's all right. That's pretty basic. It doesn't really help you, though. Probably be the same amount of time for you just to write that yourself. In this video, we're going to look at how you can turn this framework to give you the perfect prompt so that you can get much more detailed answers. This blueprint is available for download. Have a look at the link below. The framework that I suggest you use is something I came up with called Frame. F-R-A-M-E, Frame. F is for focus. What is the primary task or objective that you're looking to achieve? R is for role. Who do you want the AI to be like? A is for audience, M is for message, E is for expression. We'll go through each one all together, and it's best to follow a real example. So in the blueprint, you'll see that there are some examples. So the first thing is to give more detail, and we'll start with the first letter, F for focus. Write an email to your boss. Well, who's the boss? Reed Hastings. That's the boss of Netflix, sharing a milestone of a successful launch of Netflix's interactive storytelling feature. So already you can see the prompt is more detailed. Write an email to your boss. Well, that's pretty much the same, but we've given some details, and we've also explained that it's for Netflix. The next one's quite critical. It's called role, R for role. In each of your prompts, it's good to assign ChatGPT a role. Who should they be? You can tell it to be an expert in this, a director at that, a fictional character or a professional character. So here, for example, I'm telling ChatGPT that ChatGPT itself, you are a senior marketing strategist at Netflix. And note this, you can tell the level that you want. For example, senior. I don't just want a basic marketing strategist. I want top level, meaning that whatever reply it gives, I can use that and I will come across as a senior marketing strategist. Next, I want to know who the audience is for, or who this prompt is for. In this case, it's for my boss. A bit of repetition there, but that's fine. And then in the task itself, now we're getting to the nitty-gritty. Give context and background for ChatGPT to know what to do. For example, this email should include, and I've said to give a TLDR, too long didn't read section, summarizing the milestone. Explain the project background, explain why this feature was developed and its relevance to user engagement, and the business results. So I'm actually giving statistics here to use. 3 million users engaged within the first week, surpassing projections by 150%. Going back to our basic email, it put this in as a template, but we didn't tell it what to write. So that means we have to go back and edit it and look stuff up. But if we spend a little bit of time thinking about our prompt at the beginning, we can get a much better result straight away. Lastly, we have something called expression. You can think of this as tone of voice. Use a professional yet enthusiastic tone to convey the impact of this achievement. So let's see what happens. If I copy this, we go to ChatGPT, look at that one, and then we're going to start a new chat. We're going to paste this. Let's see the response we get. It's given us the TLDR, which is a nice little summary. So if your boss appreciates that, great. Obviously, you don't have to do that. I told it to. It's given the project background, explaining what this is all about. It's given the business results with stats and the nice bullet points. And it's also added in this bit about gratitude and acknowledgements, thanking the team. That comes across really professionally. And if we go back, we'll see here in the message, we said a closing section expressing gratitude to the product, engineering, and content teams. Thank you, Reed, bit of brown nosing, for supporting innovation that allows us to reimagine storytelling. Looking forward to the next wave of interactive possibilities. That's a much more professional, direct email that you could just copy and paste straight away, right? You could use that straight away. Frame, F-R-A-M-E. Let's have a look at another example. This time we're going to be a content creator for a flower brand. Here's what a basic person would write, or I should say, here's what someone might do a basic prompt for. So come up with a content plan for a flower delivery brand at Valentine's Day. This is a level 1 prompt, and this is what you'll get. So it's assumed what your objective is. It's probably correct, but maybe not. It comes up with a nice plan, 1 to 2 weeks, content ideas, broken it down, email campaigns, blog, video content, interactive content, event week. So it's not bad, right? ChatGPT already is so good that looks quite good, but it's not relevant to your brand necessarily. You haven't told it who your brand is. You haven't told it what kind of content you're looking for, what platforms you want. This is all the stuff that it's going to be saying to every flower delivery brand. Everyone who's wanting to create content for Valentine's Day is going to create this answer for. You need to customize it to you. So before we go into it, I'm just going to show you what happens. So let's do a new chat. So I don't think that's terrible, because ChatGPT is that good. But look at the difference if we use the framework. Look at the result we're getting. We're getting a table. It's categorized the ideas, social media ideas. Got hashtags, explanation. Now we've got blog posts. Interactive content, which was similar to the other idea, but it's just formatted it in a more accessible way. Influencer collabs. Email campaigns again, bit different, bit more relevant to the brand. So it is a bit subjective as to which one you think is better. I asked for it to be as a table, which is why it's given it as a table. Because if you imagine a professional workspace, you're not really going to want to give this long, spindly answer, which is obviously ChatGPT, whereas you might want to copy this into a spreadsheet and share it, and it comes across as that you have done it. And that's what automation coaching is all about, how to automate your job. So let's go back to the blueprint and have a look. Focus. Brainstorm creative and engaging Valentine's Day content ideas for a flower delivery brand. Role. You are a senior content strategist for Flowers United. So I told it who it should be and the name of the company, and I gave it the objective, tasked with increasing the brand's engagement and sales during Valentine's Day. Audience. So who we want to target whilst promoting the brand's flower delivery services. So you're really targeting it down to your niche. And then the message part of frame refers to the exact steps it should take, or exactly what it kind of should say. For example, I'm only interested in social media campaigns, blog posts, interactive content, influencer partnerships, and email marketing campaigns. In this case, I wasn't interested in videos or reels, right? It was just this stuff, so we're more specific. Maintain a warm, romantic, inclusive tone that reflects the Valentine spirit, subtly showcasing the brand's unique services and offerings. Format the response as a table, which is what it came back for. So using frame, we can do a single prompt to get exactly what we're looking for, but it does require you to think a little bit more. But you don't need to remember it every single time and use it every single time. Just start to get into the habit of telling it what you want, who it should be, who is it for, step by step, and the tone of voice. Just start to get in the habit of doing that. Let's look at one last example related to HR. So the standard prompt that someone in HR might use, for example, is come up with an onboarding plan for a new employee. And once again, you'll probably be impressed with what it does. It's come up with a sort of bullet point list, step 1, step 2, step 3, doing it all, but it's completely generic. Yes, I have customized ChatGPT to automation coach a little bit, so maybe it's a bit more tailored towards my company, and you can go back and watch a previous video on how to customize ChatGPT. But the answers here may not be actually what I'm looking for. In fact, what I was looking for was a onboarding plan to integrate the new employee in a fun way, sort of to icebreaker questions, little games to play, things to make them comfortable. That's what I was looking for, and I wanted it more like a calendar. So Let's go back to our blueprint, and here's the third example. Oh, sorry, I've skipped one. Let's go to the fourth example. We're going to copy this. We'll come back to the third example. I'm going to paste this. And this time, we've said you are an HR director for TeamSync. So imagine that you're at the company and you're only at a junior, medium level. You can use ChatGPT to help you act and learn in the same way that top level management, top level directors would. That's the power of this, and that's where you get the most value out of ChatGPT. It's basically helping you level up everything you do. So let's see what it's done. Again, it's come back as a table, and this time it's done it as a schedule. Obviously, I can customize the times, but here it's saying, 10 minutes, welcome an icebreaker. Welcome to the session. Use an icebreaker like TeamSync, that's the name of this pretend company, facts quiz or 2-minute introductions. Tools needed, Zoom. Look how much more accessible this answer is. Next 20 minutes, company overview presentation, what we need to prepare. Next 20 minutes, tools and resources. Look how much productive that is. You could have that on your desk, printed out, or shared with them as a way of showing, here's what the plan is today. Then it comes up with a follow-up plan. It's far more condensed than this long, spindly reply that's really generic. God knows what it's saying in there. This is saying exactly what I want. So let's go through what the blueprint said. Again, frame, F-R-A-M-E. F for focus. What do I want the ChatGPT to focus on? Create a plan for hosting a successful virtual onboarding session for new hires. Role, you're an HR director for TeamSync, a fast-growing remote-first company specializing in digital marketing tools. So I'm telling it the context. Audience, who's this for? The onboarding plan is intended for new employees. Message, this is what it should do or how it should reply. Icebreaker activities, company overview presentation, tools and resources walkthrough, a Q&A session, and a follow-up plan. How do I want it to structure the reply? Create a structured yet interactive session, prioritizing engagement and ensuring new hires feel welcomed and informed about their roles. Structure it as a calendar table. And that's exactly what you can see it did there. So by framing my question in a professional, structured manner, I get a much better reply. By using Frame, F-R-A-M-E, you can start to learn how to become a prompt engineer, because you don't have to follow Frame. You could create your own. You could ask ChatGPT to remember the framework you like or come up with ideas for it. This is the very beginning of becoming a prompt engineer, as they like to say, which is just a clever way of saying structuring your questions, but you're getting the most value out of ChatGPT. And I would say this reply is 3 times more useful than this one, which I would have had to change and edit and go back and forth, which you can do and should do. Here you can just say edit it to be in a table. So no problem. You can edit it to be on a table, but it's much faster just to do it from the very beginning. Okay, let's have a look at that third example that I missed. This one's very interesting for people in sales, and it's to create an email template for sales follow-ups. So again, let's follow the same process. Create an email template for sales follow-ups for people who haven't signed up to my productivity software company. It's a little bit more detailed, but still quite basic as a prompt. Let's see what it comes up with. I'm going to have a sip of tea. And again, it's done this standard thing of using these, things that you need to replace. Nice email, it's a template, sure, but I'm going to have to do a lot of work with it, go back and forth with ChatGPT. Spend a few minutes thinking about what you want, and we can get a much better reply. So I'm just going to copy and paste this. We'll have a look at the reply that we get straight away, and then we'll dive in and see what I asked. Notice how I'm even including focus, role, audience, message. I didn't even have to remove it. ChatGPT understood and just went with it. So here it now includes the company name. It recognizes the stage at which the potential customer is at. I noticed you and your team started exploring Workflow Pro during your trial, and I wanted to check in. Based on your interest, I'm confident Workflow Pro can help streamline your workflows and boost your team's productivity. Then it's given some key stats, which helps increase sales. It's said exactly how the software works and what it works with: Slack, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, the benefits to them, reducing tool switching 30%. And look, time-saving features, giving teams back an average of 10 hours a week. And to make it even easier to get started, we're offering 20% off our annual plan if you subscribe by February the 15th. And look at this, it's even included a link to where you could go or simply reply to this email. Look, that is so much better than this template here, which you would have to go back and forth and edit. And to get to this stage, what you could do is you could just go onto your website, copy and paste the company information, the features page, the products page, the pricing page, copy and paste that into ChatGPT and ask it to extract the key features and format it as a frame format in terms of prompting. So next, I'm going to show you how I created that prompt. So again, looking at the frame, starting with focus, create a persuasive email template to follow up with leads who showed interest in our software but have not yet committed. Role, you are an expert sales representative, and you'll notice in every example, I'm including this kind of like expert, director, senior level. I've named the company again and explained what it is, given context. Audience, the email should be directed to potential clients who have previously signed up for a free trial but haven't upgraded to a paid subscription, so very specific in this case. Message, the email should include a personalized opening, a highlight of key benefits. I gave the stats, again, you could just get this from your company website, a limited time offer with a deadline, a call clear to action. And then I've said user-friendly yet professional tone that conveys confidence in workflow's ability to enhance team productivity whilst creating a sense of urgency to act. Okay, so that's how we got this much better template, which again would increase your conversion rates, increase your sales, get you more commission, loads of value here. Okay, so if you want to get Frame, you can get the blueprint, and it's this whole document here, including the examples in the link below. Join my Skool community where I'm teaching these tutorials. At the moment, I've just started, so it's free to use for the first 50 members that sign up. I'm developing it now. After 50 users, I'll start charging. So if you're the first 50, you'll get it completely free. Thank you very much for watching this. And now we're going to show you what I mentioned at the beginning of the video, which is this introduction to dry, don't repeat yourself. Because you might be thinking, oh, Tom, this is going to take ages to prompt every single time. Oh, well, don't worry, because on ChatGPT, once you have started a chat, for example, this, you can keep using the chat over and over again so that you don't have to explain this every single time. So now that I've done this template here, I can just continue to chat and say, write me this email addressed to Frank Smith at Adidas. And what you can see here is using this template, and now it's adjusting the exact format that we created, addressed specifically to Frank. So that saved you so much time now because it's personalizing it every single time. I noticed that you and your team at Adidas started exploring workflow, right? Let's do the other example of the onboarding plan. We want the calendar one. Where's the calendar one? There it is. Right. Use this to create a plan for Samantha Smith. She's starting on 10th January. Working hours start at 9 a.m. So it's going to use this, and now we can customize it. And look, it's done it completely customized. Starting at 9 o'clock now. Perfect. And what you can do is you can just keep going. Now do it for Bill, who's starting on 10th March, etc. Let's have a look at the Valentine's Day. Here it is. And now we're going to change that. Change this to be for a sneaker, a retro sneaker brand trying to promote its products in Halloween. So it's going to follow the same structure, but this time for a completely different brand. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video has helped you learn how to write the perfect prompt. I found this very helpful, and we applied it at my own company where we started to automate every single system across the board. And this was the exact framework that we used. So you can now become a prompt engineer. We've shown how you can increase the value of ChatGPT responses 3 times compared to sort of basic prompting. You can use ChatGPT to give you director level answers worthy of someone on a salary of $60,000 or more. And we've introduced you to the concept of dry, don't repeat yourself. Get this blueprint in the link below. Thank you for watching, subscribe, and join my Skool community here. And I'll see you in the next one.